I am. Quantos anos você tem?
7. In this video, I'm going to talk about 10 principles how to stay healthy and fit while you're traveling, no matter where you are in the world. Okay, the first thing you've got to do is erase this erroneous belief that you need a gym, that you need a personal trainer, that you need all this stuff in order for you to transform your body and take your fitness to the next level. One of the biggest problems people have is they have this belief that they need all these things exterior of themselves in order to make this change. Now, you're probably a guy who likes business, you're probably an entrepreneur, you're probably somebody who's maybe a digital nomad, you like to travel, you like to get around the world and do everything, right? So you have a lot of control and power in a lot of areas in your life. And one of the areas you may not have as much control over is fitness. And I understand, because I was a personal trainer, worked for 10 years with top clientele all over New York City and Miami, and I've met various different types of individuals who have a lot of success in life. And one of the biggest challenges that they have is they feel that they really truly need the gym or personal trainer in order to make a transformation. Now, I'm not taking away from the value of gyms and personal trainers. That's exactly what expertise and specialists in fitness do, is help you get to that next level. But what you've got to do is shake the belief that that person needs to be right there next to you in your ear, or the belief that you need to have a certain type of equipment. Now, why is this belief so damaging? Well, it's damaging because it builds an inaccurate and a false dependency on the gym or the trainer. See, I didn't become a personal trainer to create people to be dependent upon me. I became a personal trainer because I like fitness, I like to be in my optimal peak condition, and I like seeing other people to have that as well. So as a personal trainer and somebody who's worked in the fitness industry for a long time, I know what it's like to help myself transform and transform the lives of others. And I don't like to see people weaken themselves by thinking that it's just me that's helping them make this transformation. Really, I call my brand Bayoniks transformation from within, because it's the desire and the motivation and the vision that you have for your ideal body that's really going to get you over the top to make the transformation. Secondly, the gym industry was created in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, when the bodybuilding culture was on its rise and there was all this fad fitness and all kinds of things, right? So the idea of doing that workout with the equipment, with the regular straight planes of motion and all these things, to build the aesthetics that you see in the Hollywood movies and all these things, all of that stuff was fabricated to make you feel that this is the way to go and this is the way that you're going to get the looks or the feeling or the body that you want. And so I'm here to tell you now that I have a system that's strictly from my experience that helps people build their fitness from ground up. So the first thing is we're going to shatter that belief that you need to have equipment. You need your body. There are some small pieces of equipment that you can bring with you when you're traveling, but you don't need to have loads and loads of heavy weights. If you want to build muscle mass, you can still build muscle mass. If you want to use a gym where you're traveling, that's fine, you can use a gym. But if you want to, use nature, you can use things in nature as well. But the bottom line is understanding that you don't have to have these things. You don't need these things. You're not dependent on these things. All right, let's go to number 2. All right, now what's principle number 2? You've got to stop making excuses. Okay, just stop making excuses. There's no excuses, all right? There's no excuses. A lot of times I've had clients in the past who've trained with me. They were working in business or they were frequent travelers. And they would also say, oh man, it's just so hard when I'm traveling with my nutrition and keeping up my fitness and my plan. You've got to make something, an agreement with yourself. You've got to make a promise with yourself. Anywhere you are on this earth, you're going to be fit and healthy. You just have to commit to that, and you have to say, no matter where I am in this world, I'm going to be fit and healthy. You cannot make traveling or mobility an excuse. Imagine that. Mobility is something that adds variety in your life. It's something that adds a new location, a new place. But see, what you've got to realize is that what's going on in your head is that because you're with the old antiquated methods and mind states of working out, that dependency on the gym, that dependency on a special routine or a set way of doing things, a certain set of exercises, a certain type of workout, that dependency makes you feel like, oh, well, if I don't have these things when I'm traveling, it's not going to be the same. I'm not going to have the same workout, or I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it the same way, or I don't know if they'll have this exercise or this equipment. So what we want to do is we want to stop making excuses. Just say it's just not an excuse. Once you cut that from your vocabulary and it's no longer an excuse, it becomes a non-negotiable part of your travel. You want to make health and fitness a non-negotiable part of your life, and ultimately, wherever your life goes, that includes travel. So wherever you go, you say, hey, I'm always going to be healthy and fit no matter where I go. It's just part of my life. It's part of my identity. So that's an identity change. Think of it like this. Think in your mind, I'm an athlete, period. You're an athlete. You deserve to treat your body the way a professional athlete treats their body. So wherever you go, you're going to take care of your body the best way you can. You're going to eat and fuel yourself the best way you can. And you're going to move and use your body and learn exercises that you can do from anywhere in the world. And that's it. Stop making excuses. This is principle number 3. Now, what you need to do now is think about 3 things. What do you want for your body? Why do you want it? And how are you going to get it? Okay, because if you want to be a bodybuilder, and that's really what you want to be, if you want to compete as a bodybuilder and you want to build your musculature as big as it possibly can be, without regard to your movement, without regard to athletic activity, without regard to your inner organ health or other things like that, then do what bodybuilders do. Okay, if you want to be, if you want to be a runner and you want to do long distance running and you want to run in marathon after marathon after marathon, and you want to be maybe an ultra runner, then be honest with yourself, understand why you want that, and do what runners do. If you want to be a martial artist and you want to learn self-defense and be very mobile and agile and strong and physically fit to where you could defend yourself, or you can protect people and you can lift your body weight and do all kinds of things like that, then do what martial artists do. See, the thing is about, if you understand what it is you're trying to create with your body, it becomes less about just working out. One of the reasons why it's so difficult for people to keep up workouts when they're traveling is because they don't have a vision of who they're becoming. So if you're just going to do squats, or you're just going to do bench presses, or you're just going to do back workouts, but you don't have any reason why, and if it's just aesthetics, that's kind of like around like shallow bodybuilding, you just want to kind of build up your body so it looks good on the beach, it's not going to be enough motivation to keep you interested, to keep you active, and to keep you sculpting and shaping the body that you want. For me, I love sports and martial arts, okay? So I love being mobile and being able to lift my body weight up, having a symmetrical body, having a flexible body, being able to punch and kick and being able to do various types of movements and things like that, being able to fit well in clothes. I don't want to build muscles that are grotesquely enormous for my bones, okay? So that's what I like to focus on. Now, if you like to focus on that, then maybe my mobile process will be something that works well with you. If you don't like to focus on that, maybe you should focus on a bodybuilding regimen or a long distance runner's regimen, whatever works for you. Some people like CrossFit, some people like other types of activities like swimming and things like that, or just all straight yoga. I'm not here to tell you what is the best type of fitness for you, but I'm just helping you understand that if you're traveling and you're a bodybuilder, you're going to have different needs. If you're traveling and you're a long distance runner, you're going to have different needs. If you're traveling and you're a martial artist, you're going to have different needs. So understand what you want, why you want to be that body type, how you're going to be that body type, and how you're going to exercise your fitness into that body type. And then when it comes down to traveling, you can better isolate and look at what you have available to make those fitness goals and make that progress happen. Okay, the next principle is very simple. Wherever you're going, do your research and find out what you have available to you. Do you have, first of all, where's the climate? What kind of climate are you going to be in? Are you going to be in a rigid, freezing cold climate, or are you going to be in a tropical climate? Are you going to be in a place where you have access to grass and greenery and parks, or are you going to be in an urban city environment? In whatever environment you're going to be in, are you going to have access to gyms and a hotel gym, or places that have indoor workout facilities? You know, are you going to be in a place where it is actually safe and conducive to doing outdoor workouts? Wherever you're going to be, you just have to do your research and just isolate where you're going and what you have available to you. Also, you want to understand your location regarding your food options. If you're understanding certain type of cuisine in a certain culture that you're going to, and they eat it a certain type of way, you have to think ahead of that in advance so that when you get there, you're not surprised by the environment. The environment doesn't shift you or throw you off. Also, you want to know what maybe might be some of the indulgences that you want to take part in when you're there, that are simple pleasures of food or drinking or whatever, and make sure that you balance that and limit it to what your actual plan is, so that if you do things socially, it doesn't throw you off so much so that you just give up on your fitness. One of the signs of weakness that happens, especially with guys, is that if you don't have your own set of principles and your own plan, it's very easy to be sucked into a culture or a social environment to basically fit in and be, let's say, accommodating toward the other culture or other people or other social circles. So you feel like, oh, well, I don't want to offend anybody, or I don't want to make them think that I think I'm better than them because I want to keep this regimen, or I'm not drinking, or I'm not eating these type of foods. But if you really value yourself as a man and you value your fitness, then you have to understand that you've got to keep your core principles and your core boundaries very firm, and then also just understand what you're going into so that you can anticipate it and make the right decisions in advance. So when those changes come up regarding location or people or food or places, you're easily able to make the decision that's best for you. Okay, the next principle is safety and security. Now, if you're traveling from the US, or maybe if you're listening to me, you're traveling from Europe or the US, but particularly those of you from the US, and my clients included, you want to make sure that you're checking with the US Department of State regarding the country that you're going to, the level of violence that's there, the different types of cities in that country, the different types of patterns of violence. You want to just be very aware of all situations regarding safety and security. And you want to talk to as many people as you can that already live there, either they're natives or they're people that frequently travel there or have moved there, so that they can explain to you the realities of the safety and security situation. Because if you're interested in working out outdoors, or you're interested in going through certain neighborhoods to get to a gym or facility, you have to understand what your transportation is, you have to understand the language, the culture, understand what different parameters are in place so that you can make sure you protect yourself. Also, you want to make sure that you just use your, if you've been to New York City or LA or Miami, you want to use your street smarts. And, you know, of course, some basic things are you don't want to be running or jogging in neighborhoods that you don't know. You don't want to be working out early morning before light or after dark. You want to always know whether, like, you know, if you're in a park environment, you always want to know all the entrances and exits of all the park environments that you're in, as well as basically escape routes if you needed to run or escape or get to a certain place where you could get to people. You always want to have your identity with you. You always want to have like a copy of your passport or you know, some kind of identity if you, just in case you run into something where you need to explain yourself, or you know, you have to use that for whatever reason. So, and then also you just, if you need to learn a little bit of self-defense and some basic self-defense to give yourself a little more confidence for safety and security, that's fine. But whatever it is, just understand that that's something that if you have it as a priority, then you won't have to worry about it later. And you won't be like, you know, you don't, basically you just don't want to be somewhere and you're thinking, I don't know if I should go out there because there's a political protest going on. I don't want to get caught up in that, so I'm just going to skip my workout. You just don't want that to be your attitude. Treat it as if you're a military soldier, as if you're a Navy SEAL. If you were a Navy SEAL and you were going to a foreign land, a foreign country, would you just say, oh, well, can't work out? Sorry, guys. No, you don't think that soldiers and people in the military have a way to work out wherever they go and a way to deal with the environment, the security, and the safety and things like that. Maybe it's carrying, you know, a certain form of preventative weapons like a knife or tactical pin or whatever you need. Basically, you just need to understand what your options are in terms of safety and security and how to prevent that from blocking you from carrying out your mission, which is to stay in your optimal fitness no matter where you are. Hey, aqui em Campinas, vocês vai falar inglês, né?
Sim.
Qual o seu nome?
Rua.
Seu nome?
Não posta não, senão nós vamos
Ixon.
brigar.
Esse é o nome?
É Leonardo.
Leonardo,
Não
ok.
posta não.
Ok, my name is, fala, my name is.
My name is. My name is. My name is. My name is.
Ah, sim? Não, fala, my name is em seu nome.
My name is.
Em seu nome?
É.
Seu nome?
Não, ele não sabe. Não sei.
Qual o seu nome?
Juan.
So my name is
My name is.
Juan.
Juan.
Exatamente. Fala.
My name is Dixon Fernando.
É.
My name is Leonardo.
É, tá bom. Se você tá falando inglês agora. You are speaking English. Tá bom?
Vai junto. Não sei falar isso aí. Vamos lá.
Não, você vai...
Tira a caneta.
Seu,
Deixa aqui
tem
no chão.
corda para pipa? Ok, tá. Qual outra palavras em inglês? Não sabe
Yellow.
nada? Yellow, amarelo. Amarelo?
Pink.
Ah, cores. Quantos anos você tem? How old are you?
Não sei falar isso aí.
How old are you?
Não sei falar. How are you?
How old are you?
How are you?
I am... Quantos anos você tem?
7.
So I am 7 years old.
Não sei falar isso.
I am 7 years old.
Não consigo.
I am...
Estou fazendo alguma coisa aqui.
Quantos anos? 7?
Fazer 8.
8. So say I am 8.
I am 8.
And
Leonardo, I am 8.
I am 8. Ah,
Ele
tá falando.
tem 10.
Tá falando inglês.
Mas vai ter que ir. Amanhã você vai vir aqui?
Quanto?
Amanhã?
Amanhã?
É.
Não, só isso, só hoje. Porque
Só hoje?
tá exercício um pouco. Tá
Você
bom?
mora na onde?
Eu moro aqui em Nova
Campinas?
Europa.
Você
Em
mora aqui?
Campinas. Em Campinas.
É. Você mora aqui?
Yeah.